Hey y'all, the next video is going to show you how I made this wicking container. But what I didn't say in the other video was that it looks like there's not that much dirt in there, but because of the size of the coffee cans that I used, but once you tuck the dirt in like really tightly, which you'll see in the next video, it's almost like a, what do you call it? Well, anyway, you have this much area to plant in. Also, the roots have a chance to go down the sides and in between the coffee cans, which you'll see what I mean in the next video. But what I want to show you was, this is one that I had sitting out in the rain. And what I want to say was the dirt will settle. When you first put the dirt in the containers, like this one, when I first put it in there, it was higher. But now that it's rained, it's kind of settled down. So it has like a indentation in there because the dirt is settling. So, and that's what I want to do. I want to fill up all of my containers. Look at my beautiful cabbage and my beautiful peas and my beautiful potatoes and my beautiful kale. And then I'm gonna get these started. I'm gonna show you how I fill it up. But this one I had already ready. It does have a hole in the side of the container. I just put duct tape in there to keep the ants out of there in case they want to go set up house before I get to plant in it. But anyway, I just want to say the dirt will settle in. The roots will go down the sides of the containers and in between the containers. I'm trying to think of air pruning. Air pruning. That's what I was trying to think of. When you see the next video, you'll see holes in the containers, and that helps for your plants to air prune. So it'll make more sense when you see how I created this container. So anyway, oops, about to fall, y'all. Like I said, there's the reservoir hole. Uh-oh. It's hard to see from this side, but oops. You have at least this much of a reservoir. So that's a lot of water. That's quite a bit of water reservoir. So anyway, and I still have to fill this up with dirt. I just put a few dry amendments in there. Mainly some tomato food. And what else I put in there? A little blood meal, a little bone meal. But yeah, I just want to get them filled up. This one I'm going to start working on too, so that I can catch some of the rainwater in my plants. So it looks really good. I mean, in my dirt before my planting. So anyway, I will show you the next video. Talk to you later. Bye. Okay, y'all. I'm finally getting ready to start on my wicking buckets out of my bins that I got from Costco. These bins were $7.99 and they're 27 gallons. And I'm making my wicking buckets for my summer and winter gardening in my hoop house. That's still under, work in progress. Anyway, this one you can see that I already have the coffee cans in there. This is some, my hands are so dry from digging down into the dirt like this to make sure it's all down in there good. But this is a mesh, which is this, and I didn't have the lids to the coffee can, so I covered it up with mesh. I also went in and put holes in the top and bottom of the coffee cans because that's gonna let air come through when I water, which is a good thing for your plants. It also, the holes also keeps the buckets from floating up out of the dirt. So anyway, you need to put holes in them. The great thing about using the coffee cans is that when you look at the show that I learned is from, Gardening with Leon, they recommend like 6-inch tubes, and this is like 5 3/4 inches. So they said it's kind of expensive to buy the tubing for this if you get the 6-inch, but this is perfect. So it's gonna go in there, and I mean, I have to spend, what, between $13 and $15 for some coffee. So I might as well use them to make my wicking buckets. You can see I use different ones. These are my creamer ones. My sister and brother-in-law, my brother-in-law likes this Nestle Quick, so I grabbed a couple from them. I needed to fill up this section, so I just added a Fiji bottle. You need to fill up at least 85% of the bottom of your container to make the wicking bucket work. You also, have to put a hole on the side. I just put the can you see it? Where is it? Oh, there it is. I put a hole on the side, and that's going to be the overflow hole. So when I water, when it gets up to a certain height, here's the hole. When it gets up to this height, the water is going to overflow out onto the ground. So my plants will never flood. And they'll be sitting above these containers. This one I filled partially with dirt because I wanted you to see the coffee cans. This one I completely covered the coffee cans, and this is some tomato fertilizer that I put in there. So I'm gonna put some tomato fertilizer. I'm gonna put some blood meal, some bone meal. I put Epsom salt. If you watch the video from Gardening with Leon, he'll tell you, what you need to put in there. But like I said, I put tomato, excuse me, like a tomato fertilizer. And then, like I said, blood meal, bone meal, that sort of thing. So anyway, I just wanted to show you the start of my wicking buckets before I got too far. I purchased the containers again from Costco. They're 27 gallons. In the wintertime, you can grow a lot of food in here. I could put lettuce, potatoes, greens, whatever. So, I'm working on, it gets hot in here, so I didn't put the plastic all the way to the top, and then I left, a side area where I can get some air in here while I'm in here. I can also roll this plastic up in the summertime so that they'll get some air. So anyway, I just wanted to kind of show you my hoop house and that I'm getting started on my wicking containers. I actually, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 9 will fit in here. I have one right here that I've already filled up with stuff. But There's can be one on this side. I have more on this side. I'm going to replace this with some landscape fabric, so it's going to look so nice and neat in here. I can't wait to get that started. So anyway, like I said, it's a work in progress. See y'all later. Bye. This ain't a cute job. You know what I'm saying? I love having my hands in dirt. Love it, love it, love it. Shoot. I worry about moisturizing later. Right now, I'm trying to tighten up my wicking bucket. Gotta be tight down in there because there's gonna be a reservoir of water down here. So from that hole to the bottom of the bucket, all the way across, I don't know, that might hold about 5 gallons of reservoir water or more. Or more. Because if you go all the way across, 20, okay, that's at least 5 gallons of reservoir water. So, if you want to go on vacation, you know that your plants are watered. And the great thing about wicking buckets, excuse me, is that your plants are constantly watered, and not only are they constantly watered and have water available when they want to take it, it's always constantly fertilized. And that's what I love about it. I don't have to, excuse me, gardening with Leon will tell you that every time you water, you know, put some food in there. So I will be adding additional food throughout the season, but right now it's the winter time. So I'm trying to get my buckets together so that when the spring comes, they'll be ready to go. So, anyway, you know, so it's giving me time to get my ingredients that I want to put in there. Because like I said, I want to put Epsom salt in there, and that's for the magnesium. The thing I love about the tomato fertilizer is that if you had to buy all those ingredients separately, you'll be spending a lot of money. But in the tomato fertilizer, you get a little bit of all kinds of, you know, goodness for your plant. So anyway, I got my tomato fertilizer in 2 so far. You only go up halfway and then you fertilize. So I'm going to put a little bit more dirt in here, and then I'm going to fertilize. And then I'm going to move to these containers. After, I'm not going to fill them up the rest of the way until I put my blood meal in there, my bone meal, like I said, Epsom salt. That's usually what I put in there to get it started, because I want the ingredients to start penetrating into my soil before spring comes, so they'll be ready. So anyway, I just wanted to bring that up. Talk to y'all later.